I got monetized on YouTube. I lost over 50 pounds. I got my first brand deal on YouTube, and things are continuing to get better and better for me. And it's all because I started to visualize the girl that I wanted to be and showed up as her. And I'm going to show you how to do the same. Hey champions, if you're new here, I'm Alyssa Monla, and I create wellness and fitness content for women who want to completely lose weight naturally and just evolve and become a better version of themselves. I'm super excited for this video today because once you learn how to do this, you will be able to tap into your potential. And honestly, most people are living their life on easy mode. If you think of life like a video game, most people are kind of just getting by being on easy level. They're not really challenging themselves. They're not really pushing themselves. And in order to become better and tap into your greatness, you need to up the level a little bit. It's time to go to medium mode and hard mode. And visualization is a huge part of that. Before I started visualizing my highest self, this was me here, over 235 pounds, and I literally just was not happy. I was feeling very ordinary, kind of mundane. I was kind of going through the motions, and I just felt like nothing was really special about me, nothing extraordinary. And I was tired of just kind of living like that. I had been inconsistent in the gym. I was in and out, really eating healthy. I was drinking alcohol still. And like I said, I was just living my life on easy mode and wondering, why am I not getting better? Why is everything feel so mundane? Once I tapped into visualization and really started showing up as my dream girl, that's when everything significantly changed. So if that feels like you, if you want to tap into your greatness and your potential and really just get into what I like to call champion mode, this video is for you. So the first thing we're going to get in today is visualizing your highest self. So to start visualizing the woman that you want to be, it's more than just appearance, right? That was a huge part of it for me because I was overweight and I was unhappy. But visualization, your ideal woman, is far beyond just the physical. It's how does she speak? Is she eloquent? Can she express herself clearly? How does she enter a room? When she walks into a room, do people notice her? Do people look up? Or does she seem almost invisible? All of these things are a huge part of visualization. And for me personally, I started to think about this woman that I wanted to be. Right? I would see a lot of women across social media, even in my own personal life, and there were aspects of them that I really admired. And I was like, wow, I wish I could be more like her in that way. I really like the way that she dresses. I wish I could dress like that. Or she speaks so eloquently and people understand her and she has a presence about her. I wish I could do that. And I started to just stop, first of all, saying like, oh, I wish I could do those things. And I started to take these pieces of these women that I liked and that I admired, and I started to apply that to me personally. Once I took these pieces and fragments of the woman that I wanted to be, I started to act as if I was that woman. Now, it was strange at first, right? Because I was overweight. I was inconsistent in the gym. I was very mundane, just living my life. So it felt almost like an imposter syndrome, me trying to act like a very confident woman, a woman that's very active. And it didn't feel natural at first. But what I did is I took those pieces of the woman and I started to show up as her. I'll give you an example is I really rarely dressed up for work, right? I kind of was just like, I wasn't really happy within the job and I was like, let me just get there on time. I would often rush in the morning, etc. So I started to lay my clothes out the night before because the woman that I wanted to be, she was organized and she wasn't always running late. I started implementing a skincare regimen. I started dressing with intentionality, and I just thought about, this is how I want to show up in the world, and I don't really feel like this woman right now, but let me just pretend to be her. And that stuff works. Now we're going to get into a few things on how you can visualize the woman of your dreams, right? First thing I would suggest for you to do is to get a piece of paper, journal, whiteboard, whatever method you want to use to write this out. But you need to write out characteristics of your ideal woman. And this is the woman that you want to become, right? Be very specific. Think about, how does she look? How does her hairstyle? How does she dress? How does she speak? Like I said, how she walk into a room. And write these characteristics out and be honest. In order to transform your life, you have to be really honest about where you want to be. So that's the first step. You write these things out. And then you start implementing daily activities, even if it's one thing a day that this woman would do, you implement it. I'll give you an example. For me, the woman I want to be, she worked out, she had abs, she was fit as hell, right? I participated in 75 Hard and I completed it, changed my life. If you want to see more about my 75 Hard journey, I do have a video. I will link it in the description below. For me, the woman that I wanted to be, she did hard things. She didn't run away from challenges. She stepped into it further. So I decided to complete and do 75 Hard because I wasn't there yet, right? Physically couldn't even run a mile without being out of breath and exhausted. So it was very difficult for me, but I was like, okay, this woman, she's fit. The woman that I want to become, she doesn't have a problem doing that. So that's the first thing I did. So look at, out of your list after you write it, take an assessment of daily, something that you can do daily to show up as that woman. Step 2 that's going to really help you step into the highest version of yourself is building discipline. I will talk about building discipline all day long because truly discipline is freedom. A lot of people think about building a routine, they're building discipline, they think about it's regimented, they feel like they're sacrificing something. But what people don't understand is once you have built discipline in your life, it gives you freedom to do other things. It opens a door for you and it shows you what you're capable of. I am way more free now having discipline and having a regimen than I ever was when I didn't have it. Consistency is a superpower. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to be amazing, but you do need to show up daily for yourself. Daily habits is another part of that's going to help you reach your highest self. So you know this woman, right? You're getting to learn of the woman that you want to be. You need to start implementing the daily habits that she does. If the woman of your dreams makes 6 figures and she has a beautiful apartment that she owns on her own with a skyline view, you need to do daily habits in order to get you there. That woman that has 6 figures, she probably is waking up early, right? Think about what you need to do to get there and show up as her. I am a huge advocate of checklists. When I have tasks that I need to get done, I make a weekly checklist and it keeps me on track. It keeps me organized and it's proof to me that I showed up for myself and I got it done. Now, I don't always get everything on my checklist off, but I would say 9 out of the 10 times I get most of the things on that checklist done. Versus when you don't have a checklist, when you aren't doing daily things to get to your goals, it's very easy to have weeks go by and you feel like you haven't made any progress in your life. You're like, oh, I really wish I could run more, be more active, but you don't have daily checklists to get you to become a runner. And then next thing you know, it's a new year and you haven't done any of the things that you said that you were going to do. So start having daily goals that to show up as the woman that you want to be. Another how that's going to help you have daily habits to be your dream woman, taking a look at what you currently are doing every single day and think about if it's getting you closer to where you want to be. And oftentimes when we take an assessment, and a real assessment that's honest of where we currently are, we realize we're probably not doing daily things that are getting us to our goals. If you want to be a more confident woman, but you are constantly speaking negatively about yourself, that's not going to get you there. So you really just need to commit to showing up in a different capacity. And the mindset shift that this requires, it can be very difficult for some. But what really helped me is just changing my mindset. Words have an immense amount of power. I truly believe that. So when I wanted to accomplish something, I stopped saying, oh, I wish I could be more fit. I wish I could be more confident. I started saying, I am confident. I am on the road to becoming fit. And that little shift in dialogue, that little shift in your words can really transform the way you are perceiving yourself and how you show up in the world. Because if you're just wishing for something, but you're not doing actionable things to get there, it's just a wish. Whitney Houston, as Godmother, she's like, that's what's wrong with most people. They go around wishing for things and not actually doing them. That line is so true, that most of us are just wishing and then wonder why we don't get there. You have to take action. You can't just spend your life wishing. So start speaking positivity over your life. Catch yourself. And once you start implementing this, you're going to realize how often you may do this. We say things all the time that are self-sabotaging. Change the words that you speak over yourself. Another tip I would give on how to visualize your best self is tracking your progress and adjusting the course. So when you're on this road to become this dream woman of yours, if you're not tracking your progress, it's very difficult to realize if you're getting close to her, if you are achieving what you set out to do. So for me personally, on my journey of becoming this highest version of myself, fitness was a huge component of that. So I was tracking my macros. I was tracking what I was eating and my weight loss and things like that, how my clothes were fitting on me. And it was just a form of measurement that was really helpful for me to see, am I doing what I said I was going to do? And if there were areas in my life where I was falling short, I would have to pivot and adjust the course. And I think that that's a huge part of becoming your dream woman. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like, oh, I wrote this list. I now know what I need to do. I'm going to start doing it. Like, no, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, but it's 100% worth it. And you need to find methods of how you're going to track. So if your dream woman is about scaling a business, write your goals for that business. Write what you need in order to get there and then track it. If your ideal woman shows up on social media more and she's trying to build her social media presence, you need to track how many posts you're going to be doing a week and things like that. And these are the things that are going to set the course and keep you on track. If you are liking this content, make sure you like this, make sure you are subscribed because you're showing the algorithm that this is resonating with you and you're enjoying it. So also make sure you follow me on my social media handles. I will provide them in the description below. I'm very active on social and you can see the daily things that I do in order to get to my dream woman. So let's get into the rest of the tips. The very last tip on visualizing and becoming this ideal woman is realizing that it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. And the truth of the matter is the reason why I am able to continue to evolve and lose more weight and get these opportunities is because I'm consistent. Most people are not consistent. They get a burst of inspiration and they go really hard for a few months, and then when things get difficult or they experience burnout and they stop. And the worst thing you can do is stop. The dream woman that you are aiming to be, you have to show up as her daily. You cannot give up. You have to be consistent. And it can be difficult over time, but it's going to get easier and it's going to just become natural for you. Right now, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to build your business, if you're trying to get more likes and views on social media and you're feeling very stagnant, I get it. I've been there. It can be extremely frustrating. And then in those moments, you think, why bother? Why should I even keep doing this? I've been posting every day for 6 months and no one cares. None of my content is performing. You need to take an honest look at what you're doing, make pivots, but you never stop. You do not stop. With this channel, for example, I was just consistent. When I first started YouTube, I wasn't getting any views. I think at one video, my highest view at the time was like 300 views, and I cried. I sobbed because I was like, oh my God, 300 people watched this video. And I was super excited about that. And what did I do? I just kept posting. And then one video, literally, you can look at my channel. This is real life. One video blew up. I got monetized. A brand reached out to me, and I'm just continuing to grow from there. So the worst thing you can do is stop. Keep showing up because most people are going to stop. There's nothing extraordinary about me. And this isn't me being negative. This is me being honest. What makes me who I am and why I get the opportunities that I get and why I continue to evolve is because I'm consistent. I show up for myself every single day, and that's why I'm going to win. And you need to do the same thing for yourself. Show up daily. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really value my YouTube community. Make sure you leave a comment below. Let's encourage each other. If you have any questions about visualization, let me know and let's support one another. And like I said, make sure you're following me on my social media below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.